Hundreds of entrepreneurs battle to be on Money Hunt.
My name's Don Schaefer with bankleasing.com, and our business plan calls for $15 million to be used for
Our
marketing.
business plan calls for $2 million for product development.
Our business plan calls for $5 million, and it will be used for marketing.
Our business plan calls for $2.2 million for marketing.
Only 2 will make our show, and only 1 will win time with our Money Hunt Mentor. Stay tuned. Money Hunt is brought to you by Excite. Money Hunt is also made possible by Register.com, a first step for businesses and individuals starting their presence on the internet. And Jordan Industries, acquirers and builders of entrepreneurial ventures in a variety of industries.
Welcome to Money Hunt, the one place entrepreneurs have a shot at proving they've got a great idea, a good plan, and the passion to see it through to the next level. It's not so easy growing a business, and we're going to find out who's got what it takes. I'm Miles Spencer. Let's play Money Hunt.
Hi, I'm Cliff Ennico. We scour the country looking for America's hottest new companies and put them on this show and give them a chance to pitch their ideas before America's toughest panel of business experts. Sometimes we like what we hear, sometimes we don't. But at the end of the show, one of our guests is going to receive some free help and advice from our Money Hunt mentor.
It's going to come from Doug Greenwood, who's a director with Deutsche Bank Alex Brown. Doug, thanks for coming on Money Hunt.
Miles, it's a great pleasure to be here. Cliff.
Our theme for the show is financial services. What are you looking for from entrepreneurs in this space?
I'm looking for the same thing in this space that I look for in any space. I'm looking for an entrepreneur that can add a significant increment of value over where I make the investment.
Great. Okay, Doug, let's go get him. We found our first guest on our online audition. It's Jim Berland from Card Ready International. He's backstage right now with Money Hunt's Monica Wright.
Thanks, Cliff. Welcome to Money Hunt, Jim.
Thank you.
Your business plan calls for $2.2 million.
That's right.
Have you ever pitched your plan for TV before?
I have not.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
You'll be okay. Jim, the door's opening. Good luck with your pitch on Money Hunt.
Thank you.
Card Ready International of Culver City, California provides web-based software that helps merchants process their credit card transactions easier, cheaper, and faster. Jim, welcome to Money Hunt.
Thank you very much.
Before we talk about your product specifically, most people, we all have credit cards, we all process transactions on a regular basis, but what happens after we give the merchant the card, I think, is kind of a black box to a lot of people. In 20 seconds or less, what happens?
Well, that transaction goes out to the banking system, and it goes through us, and there they check to see if the cardholder is legitimate, if they've got enough money in their account.
Right, but does it go directly to the card company, or are there agents involved?
Well, the agents are involved in setting up the merchants, and some agents, such as us, where we do the processing, we take it in between.
Okay, now let's talk about your software.
Jim, you brought a little presentation on the computer. Why don't you cue that up and show us what you've got here?
Okay. This is our website, and our transactions are available to web merchants and brick and mortar. We're one of the original click and mortar merchants. We have relationships in our sales channel with ISPs and web developers, and this part of the website tells them the story about the value of partnering with us. Also, if you're a merchant, you can go click on the butterfly, and it'll take you to a page which explains the offer that the merchant gets from us, which the real advantage they get from us is the free gateway software. Everybody else in the marketplace charges for that because it's not theirs. This is ours. Here's a sample website. The merchant goes to this website. They get the code to put on their website to connect to our gateway, and then they have the gateway operating. right here.
So I'm a merchant, I've got this software, somebody gives me a credit card, and I'm not directly with the credit card company. I can basically put it on this, feed the number into this software, and you basically process the transaction for me. Is that right?
That's correct.
Now, you've got two separate products, though, don't you? You have one for the merchants, but you've also got another one for the agents. How do those two products differ?
Well, the agent product, which is called Speed Ready, allows an agent or a sales representative to sign up a merchant essentially instantaneously. They put all the information in a laptop. It's connected via the internet, or the merchant does it directly on the internet.
And the merchant product is actually giving the merchant the card. But you don't handle the actual access to the credit card company, right? They still have to have a deal directly with MasterCard, Visa, American Express.
No, actually, we handle that.
You would handle that as agent.
Right.
Okay.
Now, Jim, is there any advantage in your product to going direct to the merchant versus going through as an agent to the ISP? Financially, the same deal?
There is no difference from the merchant's point of view. From our point of view, we're going to get better
Got to be more juice in it. Yeah.
Right. We're going to get better margins for direct sales.
Don't you worry about channel conflict between the agents and the processors and yourselves?
We're setting up our channels in the beginning with the notion that the conflicts are resolved by the business model. And the business model is that what we offer to the agent is a buy rate which is below what the merchant can get, so they have a built-in margin. And number two, they also have the opportunity to leverage our relations with web developers and ISPs to offer a brick-and-mortar merchant an easy way to the internet.
Is the software ready? Is card ready, software ready? On your plan, the milestone was June, I believe.
Yeah, we are ready with Pay Ready. It was actually approved on the 15th of December. By the processing agency, and it's ready for
Jim, is there anything
time.
here that you can patent, either the software algorithms themselves or perhaps the business process, which more and more people are doing?
We are in consultation with our IP attorneys, and we're looking for those patentable pieces.
One of the key advantages you brought up in your plan was your ability to get from a merchant up and ready as quickly as possible. What is it that you do that's different from everyone else that's offering software services in this space?
We have two real differences. One is a cost advantage, which is because it's our gateway and we're offering it free, it's free. But secondly, we offer this instant underwriting capability.
Jim, let's get real here for a second. I mean, you're a software company, but let's face it, you're going to give this software away to most of the merchants anyway. The agents I'm not sure about, but you're probably going to give it away to the merchants, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing America Online does with their discs. Your real money comes from the processing of transactions, isn't that right? You're taking a piece of the action. You're taking a few pennies on every transaction, every click-through that happens. Isn't that the most labor-intensive part of the business? Aren't you going to need a ton of people processing, keying things in to make this happen?
That's all automated.
Right.
That's all automated. That process, we use a network which is VisaNet, Vital Processing Company, which does all that back-end stuff.
Will my question is, will the one visit strategy work? I'm in a relationship business. I would think you'd need, to build a relationship with a merchant, you need trust. He needs to know the product's actually going to work. It's not going to go down on him, et cetera. I'm a little skeptical of that strategy.
Well, the startup, that is the ability to get online quickly and cheaply, is very important to startup internet merchants who are attracted to the internet because it's fast and it's cheap.
But I think Doug's asking the ability to get paid and reconcile.
But the ability to move forward is definitely relationship-based, and there, our automation gives us the ability to provide better service. And in the long run, better service is better than good price.
Because I understood your rollout was going to be more the physical merchants first and then the internet merchants.
There's a very short step between one and two.
Let's talk about market and competition for a second. You got a booming business to function within, but so many different competitive pressures. Acquirers like card services, Superior Bank Card, et cetera, financial institutions like B of A and Wells Fargo that are in it, as well as processors like Chase and Bank One. How do you differentiate yourself, and what competitive advantage breaks you through to the top?
The primary competitive advantage that we have is control of our technology. So we can respond to a merchant, and some merchants are very large and have a lot of business, by tailoring our product to meet a particular need, like a software vendor who might require a key code be sent out with each product.
Gotcha.
Jim, it seems to me that the real market for this product is going to be the real small folks. Now, your business plan says that only a small fraction of merchants in America take credit cards right now, but isn't it true that the vast majority of those are small mom-and-pop companies that maybe are only going to process a few transactions a year? Aren't you going to need a big database to make this thing happen?
Absolutely, and that's precisely the advantage of automation. By being automated, we can handle tens of thousands of merchants.
But how big is this market really? I think you said there were 10 million businesses.
Every year, 1 million businesses are created. Last year, over 400,000 on the internet alone.
Jim, management and money question for you. Your business plan calls for some capital. How much and what will you use it for?
$2.2 million, primarily used for marketing and secondarily for continued product development.
Anybody that you'd hire with those additional funds to fill any key roles?
We need some additional experience and muscle in the internet marketing space.
Are you going to devote all your time to this business, or are you going to continue on with BTI, and is the rest of your team going to migrate to this business?
We're all 100% dedicated to the new business. BTI is being run by a new management team.
Big upside, good opportunity, and a great marketplace. We're going to take a short break, be back with our second entrepreneur right after this. Thanks for coming in.
Hi, I'm Robin Schatz from Business Week Frontier with a tip for entrepreneurs. Many people ask us where they can get a grant to start a business. Well, I hate to admit it, but there is no free money. You might qualify for a low-interest loan, however. If you're a small, undercapitalized business and you need $25,000 or less, you could get a microloan. Check with your city's Economic Development Department. Also check out the Small Business Administration's 7A Loan Guarantee Program, which guarantees loans through banks.
Time to answer a question from one of our viewers. It's Paul Friends, who watches us on WLIW New York City. I am an event organizer who puts on conferences around the country. I've been a for-profit business all along, but I'm thinking I may be better off as a not-for-profit business. What do you think? Well, basically, Paul, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Most conference organizers I know are not-for-profit because it's easier to attract volunteers, corporate sponsorships, and tax-deductible donations that way. But keep in mind that if you're not-for-profit, you cannot own stock. You cannot have equity in the business. You have to get your compensation as an employee of the company by stock, profit sharing, and that kind of stuff. And there may be limits on that you can't get in the for-profit world. Hope that helps. If you have a question for us, you can ask it on the web. Go to excite.com, go to the search box, type in MoneyHunt, and click Enter. Our next guest we found at one of our live auditions at the Mid-Atlantic Venture Fair in Washington, D.C., where he was the MoneyHunt TV winner. It's Don Reed of Formata Corporation, and he's backstage with MoneyHunt's Monica Wright.
Thanks, Cliff. Don, welcome to MoneyHunt.
Thank you, Monica.
Your business plan calls for $2 million.
Yes.
So tell me, what's the most important decision you've made so far regarding your company?
Monica, the most important decision I've made thus far regarding the company is to stay focused on solving a very specific problem within a very large market.
That's great. Don, the door's opening. Good luck with your pitch on MoneyHunt.
Thank you, Monica.
Formata Corporation, based in McLean, Virginia, has a software product that helps companies get their bills to you faster and helps you make your payments faster and easier and hopefully cheaper. Don, how you doing? Welcome to MoneyHunt.
Thank you.
Where'd you get the idea for this product and this company?
Well, the founder of the company, a guy named Joe Whitmore, and myself were talking a couple of years back when we discovered that we were able to be paid by our clients electronically, but found it strange we weren't able to submit our invoices to them in a similar fashion. At the time, I dared Joe essentially to follow through on the idea that he had, and was somewhat surprised about a year later when he came back with some software.
Don, I understand you brought a computer presentation. Why don't you cue that up on the screen and tell us what we're seeing.
Okay. We're going to walk through a simulation basically of the Formata experience from the perspective of the person receiving the bill. Initially, the bill comes into your email inbox, Microsoft Outlook or something similar. It looks like any other email message. Double click, the bill opens up, displays an email message, in this case from your electric company. Your bill is down on the bottom as an attachment.
Gotcha.
You double click on the attachment and your bill from the electric company is displayed with the bill detail. You press a single button that says pay electronically, and the bill is pre-filled with the data that you've provided.
So the key thing is you don't have to go to the utility company's website to do this, right? It comes to you.
That's correct,
So your inbox becomes your mailbox.
Absolutely.
You mentioned in your plan a lot of customers. What are you generating revenues? You don't mention any revenues.
We're generating, as of last year, we had $100,000 in revenue. We have approximately 50 customers at this time for the product suite as it exists today.
And I have a big question there. Are you getting your revenue just from the sales of the software, or are you also doing charging per transaction?
No transactions yet. Software and services helping the clients integrate the
The major differentiating
product.
factor here is that the bill actually comes to your desktop electronically versus you, the customer, going to a portal to pay their bills and get their invoices, et cetera.
Absolutely.
Now, the differentiating factor for the user is convenience.
Yes.
Do you have any research that shows this is something that they're going to be willing to do?
There is one industry study that we've come across that suggests that of people that are currently paying bills electronically, 75% of those surveyed indicated they would prefer to receive their bills in their email
Here's an
inbox.
issue
So
that
hold it. You're saying to me that people really want to get their bills faster?
Yes.
And they do. And they actually want to pay them faster?
Yes, they do.
They do want to pay their bills faster. So if a bill comes in electronically that's due in 30 days, aren't I under some kind of compulsion to respond to that just as quickly as it did when it came in?
I'm just on automatic debit. What's your adoption cycle here, really? I mean, you mentioned $12 billion in the plan as being your market size. Is that realistic?
Well, the full market size is estimated to be as big as $20 billion 5 years out. We're targeting just 1 or 2% of that total
Don,
marketplace.
what about disputes? I mean, here in Connecticut, my local phone company screws up my bill every month. And being able to resolve that seems like it's much easier to do with something not electronic, but actually printed. We can get in touch with someone in live voice. Is there anything that your product helps the end user?
From a customer service perspective, the call center personnel that are answering a customer complaint can pull up a copy of the bill using the same product, so we're both looking at the same thing.
But that
what
requires...
about security, though?
Okay.
What about security?
Security, the product today has encryption built in. We're implementing a digital signature component.
Is that your encryption, your software?
It's our algorithm, yes.
How do you get the word out to customers, to the utility companies and that kind of stuff?
Right now, we're marketing solely through our website and attending trade shows and conventions. We hope to build a direct sales force.
Back into the marketing section of your business plan, you really expect to break through. The business plan talked about print, banners, and PR as your marketing plan basics. I mean, you really expect to break through with those three elements?
Not for selling our product. We plan to use the product to allow our customers to do their own marketing and the banners and things like that.
Let's talk about who those customers are, Don. Every company's got bills and invoices they want to send out. Who are the people you're going to target first? Who are you going to go after?
There's two initial targets. The companies that have already invested a lot of money in website billing systems and have had poor results. We're a natural complement to those products that are already out there. We're going to promise to those companies that we're going to deliver the customers that they're not getting today.
You describe your initial target market as utilities, telecommunications, credit card, mortgage, insurance. Why are you going after those markets first?
Those are the companies that have large volumes of bills. So
but how are you going to get to the users? How are you going to market the actual people that are paying the bills?
We're going to make the product available initially on our website or on the company's website.
Who built your website?
Who builds it?
Who built it?
We built it ourselves.
And is it multifunctional? I mean, does it market for you as well as enable processing?
Yes, although it's certainly just a shadow of what we expect it to be in the near future.
Let's move on to marketing and let's move on to management and money. Your business plan calls for $2 million in capital.
Yes.
What will you use that for?
We'll use it to complete development of the product suite. We have 2 of 4 products complete at this time, and we'll use it to build a sales force, a direct sales force.
You know, your management team seems a little light to me. Quality, though it is, seems light.
Yes.
Well, what are your immediate plans?
There are 3 members of the management team on board right now. We need to acquire a director of sales immediately and a CFO in the near future.
When you talk about director of sales, I was looking in my notes, marketing seemed to be the different one. Same thing in your mind?
Certainly.
Does it make sense to do a debit card product when you haven't really launched the credit card product yet? The bill payment product yet?
Well, the bill payment product is designed to work with the ACH system. Most of the customers we're dealing with today are already established in businesses with connections to their local banks via ACH.
Most software businesses that I know are razor and blades businesses. It seems to me once you got this product installed, there's not a whole lot of upgrading you can do. Or am I wrong about that?
No, there's certainly new releases we've got planned to get the footprint smaller and to make it work quicker, but...
What's your pricing model relative to the competition?
The pricing model right now is to put out the filler product is free currently. We plan to release the studio product as a free product as well as soon as the server product is ready. We'd make the money from server sales and from transactions.
Let's talk about exit strategy. What type of company is a logical buyer, or are you going to seek another exit?
Well, a strategic acquisition, I think, is the most likely exit, although IPO is certainly a possibility. There's a number of companies out there right now in this market who find bill presentment to be one of their weaknesses. We're a natural complement to those companies.
But can't those companies be also a potential competitor? I'm not hearing anything here that's going to be patentable or anything like that.
Well, we've got 6 patent applications in the work for business processes.
Oh, for the process of bill payment?
For the process behind the scenes.
Well, that's
but we believe that we are complementary to all the website-based billers that are out there. All those we've talked to have indicated an interest in finding something like this to complement the website approach.
Don, you seem to have all the checks and balances in line. Thanks for coming in. We're going to take a short break and be back with our partners meeting right after
No
this.
checks, Miles.
Lawsuits are tactical weapons in the world of entrepreneurship, and lawyers are like artillery officers who get paid by the blast. If you are served with a subpoena, don't take it personally. Take it as a sign that you're having an impact in the marketplace. Pass the papers on to your lawyers, and remember, you have a business to run.
Welcome back to Money Hunt. Before we wrap this up and our mentor picks a winner, let's flesh these plans out. Jim from Card Ready. Booming market, competitive pressure from basically every angle. Turn-on time is the key, but I also thought getting paid is the key for so many of those merchants. You had a very eloquent response to your question about channel conflict. Hey, play by the rules and let them fight it out. He's got to sign up agents and customers and get critical mass.
Yeah, absolutely. He's tackling a staid, entrenched industry, and he's going to shake up some folks. He's going to make enemies. Like all good pioneers, he's got to watch out for the arrows in the back. His biggest challenge, frankly, is that the people he's really trying to reach are the small mom-and-pop companies that only process a few transactions a year and can't afford the more traditional ways of hooking up. Reaching those people is going to take a mass merchandising strategy. He needs the budget, needs the people.
I don't buy that. I'll cover it later.
I'm still a little worried about the management issue. This group hasn't worked together per se in this company. They're distributing a product here, it's not a service and software development company, so I think there may be some issues there around servicing their product. I like the market size, I like the growth, I like the opportunity with the fragmentation of the agent community, and if the technology works, I think it's a home run.
Yeah, it's all about being able to sign up quickly. And you talked about those mom and pops wanting to sign up and only doing a couple of transactions a month. The ease of use of being able to sign up on the internet. It's 1 million new small businesses formed every year, as you know from our research.
If it's truly easy to use with no training, I might buy into that, but the agents and the acquirers, I think, are going to be fighting this a lot harder than he thinks.
And I don't buy the one visit sales strategy. I think it's going to require relationship building.
I would need to know more
It's
about that.
easy to get signed up that way. The real question is, when you start doing business, what's coming back the other way in terms of the money that I've earned and your little hit off of it. We set up our e-commerce that way. It was a lot of hassle to get on. It was a lot of hassle to stay on and make sure we get paid. We don't even reconcile it today. Let's go on to the second one. Don from Formata. Boy, getting the utilities and the other customers that he's targeting to get their end users to do what I call drink the Kool-Aid. That means get your bills on your desktop electronically, just like you do physically in years ago. That allows the utilities and other customers to control the customer, and that's what the game is all about.
And market to the customer.
Yeah, likely acquisition by the big players sometimes.
Miles, no question at all. This is a great product. Getting the bills in people's hands is a very attractive option. He's got two challenges here. Number one, his most immediate customers are utilities, telecom companies, phone companies. These guys don't move quickly. Number one, they're slow, they're bureaucratic to adopt new technology, and also a lot of these guys have heavily invested in the web-based technology that he's superior to. I don't know if they've written off that investment quite yet. Most banks that I know have only set up their web-based payment systems in the last 6 months to a year. Secondly, and maybe I'm the only one who's worried about this, but I work a lot with software companies. He's thinking too much like a traditional software company. I think he hasn't thought clearly enough about a transaction-based fee. You know, a couple of pennies for every click-through that happens. I think he needs to research that a bit more, because I could get real excited about this.
If it works, it's a win-win both for the customer and for the user. I like that a lot. Again, it's a huge market with good growth characteristics. Also, a big strength here in his professional advisors.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Big strength.
Good players, and early on.
Names.
You know, one of the things you said, charge a transaction fee, but he's got competitors like paymybills.com, which are taking the portal strategy to this. No one's paying any fees for that, and when someone says, gee, do I take it for free at Pay My Bills versus get it in the desktop and take a hit off of every check? I don't think so. I think he's got to work through those customers to get it back around.
You know yourself, software's a razor and blades business. You only get so much on the initial license fee. The key is to charge for the upgrades. And I don't know how much he's going to be able to do to upgrade this thing. Also, he's got 4 products in his suite. I think he better launch one of these products pretty soon before he worries
build a
about the
company
other 3.
on the back of the utility, sell it to someone big in the space when it consolidates. The rules say, Doug, you got to pick one to give 1 hour's time. Not going to be too easy choice. Jim from Card Ready or Don from Formata?
Well, I'm going to choose to work with Don from Formata, and it's mostly a question of geographics and network. I'm much closer to the Netplex region. I have a lot of contacts down there, and I think I can be very helpful to the company. Like them both, interesting companies, interesting entrepreneurs. But
so it's Don. Let's go backstage with Monica Ray.
Both had great presentations.
Thank you, Monica.
Congratulations, Don. You have won an hour with our mentor, and here's his business card.
Thank you.
Miles, back to you.
Thanks, Monica. MoneyHunt's all about learning to be a better entrepreneur, and a big piece of that process is our mentor, Doug Greenwood. Thanks for coming on the show today.
Welcome.
One question before you get out of here. What's the greatest challenge an entrepreneur's got to overcome?
I see today the greatest challenge is raising money. It's sort of water everywhere and not a drop to drink. If you're a first-time entrepreneur, you're having a tough time raising money.
Absolutely. So you think this is easy? Paying your entrepreneurial dues before a tough panel of experts who cut you no credit whatsoever? Bank on it. It's not.
If you think you're one of those great entrepreneurs that Doug spoke about, check us out on our website at www.moneyhunt.com. Maybe it's time for you to start your money hunt.
Starting or growing your own business? Miles and Cliff have 27 rules to help you succeed. Based on actual events from our Money Hunt guests, this book is full of timeless stories and valuable lessons for today's entrepreneur. Purchase your copy by calling 1-800-925-0745. For $25 plus $3 shipping and handling, Money Hunt's 27 rules are also available at bookstores nationwide or by ordering from our website at www.moneyhunt.com. Money Hunt is brought to you by Excite. Money Hunt is also made possible by Register.com, a first step for businesses and individuals starting their presence on the Internet. And Jordan Industries, acquirers and builders of entrepreneurial ventures in a variety of industries.